The euro is the chart of truth. I've never labeled it as such. I did not anticipate labeling it as such. However, due to what I'm calling the homeostasis of the charts, they're all dancing in perfect unison right now. I mean, if we were judging a water sport where, you do dances and flip, kicks and all that stuff in the water, what we're seeing right now, honestly, is an Olympic performance in the charts. So the one that I anticipate being the one that Chinese proverb, a VIP told it to me this morning, corrected me because I said it slightly wrong. The nail that sticks out will be hammered back in. I can't remember the exact one. Darn it, I should have prepared that. However, this is the one that's likely going to stick out like a sore thumb because it already is. It does go hand in hand with Dixie, all right? And pretty soon, though, if this line over here is broken, then that's the probability where my analysis of Dixie, I'm probably going to be wrong. As of now, it's getting close to a 50-50. That my analysis is not going to work. It's getting really close. But remember that when we went to Bitcoin way back here, November 9th, I believe, on this big drawdown, and then it started getting all bearish here. During here, it started looking less and less statistically probable that my predictions from this point, I know this is a very, very, very busy chart. From this point, November 9th, when the origin line was toyed with, we mentioned on this channel that there are only 3 ways Bitcoin can have permission to move, or there are 5. We eliminated 2, leaving us 3. Bitcoin only could move 3 ways. One of them was you take 45 days or 20 to 45 days to go sideways around the line in one of 3 ways. This one being the way it chose was the 3rd, but we knew this from that point where I'm pointing, right? But the whole idea behind here is, even though we can see now that it played out, back here where the circle is, it was starting to get to the point where all this, even though it happened. So look, it happened. We can see it. At this snapshot in time, it was starting to get improbable that it would happen, even though back here, it was already destined to happen, right? And so it is indistinguishable at that exact point. You can't tell if you're going to be wrong at that point. You just know it's getting more and more likely that you're going to be until it crosses the point of no return. Does that make sense? So with this analysis, that's how I'm looking at Dixie. It is getting close to that point, but I'm staying with the original analysis, and I do know my threshold of when I'm going to start considering, or not considering, but I will accept that it's probable that I'm wrong. Could it end up being probable that this guess is all wrong and then it zips right back up because it goes a little bit beyond my threshold? Absolutely. Right? At this point, I still think it's about a 50-50 that'll pop right back in here. So if it comes down here, I mean, it's still probably in the high 40s, 47% chance it'll all come back. But the more separation from this, the farther away from 50% that we're going to get in both directions. So the higher above, I mean, technically, I still think it's more than 50% likely it pops back in here. It's just how price moves, the price of anything, even though this is an index, but we're treating it as price, right? So going back to this, the euro being the chart of truth, that means that once this locks back down in here, all markets should calm down when you see this. Not when you see this, But markets can still stay volatile. But you'll need it to come under and get rejected, and then start ticking down. So that's why I have a yellow hand here for my live streamers and all my community, because this is one of several scrolling charts that I have. So what they're doing is on Discord and the YouTube tier members, they're able to use these different charts on different time frames to determine, is the market getting ready to do something different, or are we continuation? And it scrolls past them, right? So in here, it's still neutral. It's not bearish yet. It has to break below this point here, $1.68. That is going to be the magic line. This is the chart of truth. You're going to be able to see everything happen from this chart. And I wanted to produce this free content for you because it's so easy. Just put one line on your darn euro chart, euro versus dollar on Forex. Honestly, it's going to be that easy. If this is going to turn around violently, you're first going to see Dixie come or not Dixie, the euro come under, let's call it a 1.78, $1.78. Or it's just 777. Screw it, let's do 777. Right there. Boom. Once it goes below this point, then markets will start chilling, right? If there are altcoins flying and stuff at this point, they have permission to keep going until that point. That point right there. So the markets will start cooling here under this point, a yellow area. But as long as it's above here, markets, there's no reason to assume markets are going to go down, even if they look like they're correcting. If the euro is above this line, it's just a bullish pullback. So you can use it both ways, if you're long or if you're short or if you're sidelined. This is the chart of truth. I'm telling you, it's going to work, most likely. This will be the one that gets you the lead move, because I think it's already sticking out like a sore thumb. It will continue to. You're going to be able to see the adjustment, the homeostasis of all of the markets and crypto moving together. You're going to see it change with this exact chart. I hope this is helpful. And again, on my daily updates for my YouTube tier members and the Discord community, I do go into full explanation of how to use all these charts as we're dealing with a very bullish move, how to interpret a bullish pullback, when does it become not so bullish, and when does that pullback actually become bearish. Therefore, you're looking for lower high watch after you cross a certain point. But if the bearish or if the bullish pullback down to, I won't give you the exact levels because it's in my daily updates, private community stuff, but there are exact levels where you either do or you don't. After whatever pullback we get, you either do or you don't. Look up with your binoculars and say lower high watch. There is a specific area. It's exceptionally clear. And so what I'm letting my community know is this is the exact zone for now. If price goes higher, we're going to lift that zone up, right? That's going to be a different zone. But any type of downside movement, it might be micro bearish for the shelf life for the next 8 hours, maybe. But no matter what happens, even a fairly big drawdown here, it might be violent. But as long as it's not a flash crash, the short-term timeframes will remain bullish unless Bitcoin scoops below a very specific point in which you'd be on a higher or a lower high warning, and then another layer down you'd be on lower high alert, as in it's probable if you cross this point, if Bitcoin corrects during this bullish correction, whenever it happens, it might be a week. Bitcoin could go straight to 20K. It'd be honestly fairly easy for it to happen because there's almost no volume. The volume bars are so low. Not much liquidity needed to be taken out to get there. All right, so a lot of stuff could happen, but to the downside, whenever downside movement happens, it's only micro bullish. It will still be short-term time frame bullish unless a specific level happens. It is just below 18K. It's in the high 17s, and that's the maybe lower high. It's about 50-50. But there's another point is it's probable to get a lower high if it scoops under this point. So that's the way you want to look at it. Everything is bullish. Don't try to short tops. I'm telling you, don't try to short tops on this. Please. Can't do it. Cannot be done regularly. Can you do it once or twice? Yeah, because I've done it. But if you want to lose your money, that is among the absolute best ways to do it. Trying to short tops and trying to long bottoms over time. Those are the absolute best ways to lose money outside of trading anything without stops. Be careful. We'll see y'all next time.